canes. They just want a snack and I'm not taking them. You know why I'm not taking them? Because I'm being a very good parent right now. Because I've been drinking. The other month, I would talk to another inmate just because I didn't find myself attracted to the one I was talking to. So I would find another one to run.
I used to pull her by the hair because I was so mad at her. Like, I feel like he loved her more than he loved me. And so, like, I took my anger out on her. And she doesn't even, like, hate me for that.
I've already seen his BB, and he's already seen my nunu.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
This woman's build reminds me of a sorting hat from Harry Potter. Personally, if I had this thing as my mother, I would just pretend to be an orphan. I'm signing myself up. They're just gonna have to see it through and prepare my cot. Because there is no possible way I'm gonna be spending my childhood having to eat ice trays out of our freezer because our alcoholic mother was too busy gooning to barely legal men on TikTok to make us dinner. Go follow my Instagram or else I'll throw you in prison and have Ashley be your only visitor. Huge shout out to the YouTubers on screen for making it a whole lot easier to find clips of this woman. Since researching her is like stepping into the halls of a locale library, there's infinite amounts of clips of her ruining her reputation and life, so make sure to check them out in the description as well. Alright, welcome back ladies and ladies with dicks. They say the universe is constantly expanding itself millions of miles every second. We were all led to believe that this was caused by the Big Bang, but I fear that's not the case. I'm convinced for the last 13 billion years it's been trying to run as far as it possibly can from this busted up behemoth. Meet Ashley Trevino, a 35-year-old middle-aged monstrosity of a TikToker that completely peaked the moment she was born. She's a mother of 2 teen daughters that seem to have flown off the rails ever since she got done settling a divorce back in 2017. Now, tragically last year, her former husband passed away due to fighting I believe to be leukemia, a complete misfortune that sadly left the family fatherless. So you might be under the assumption she would be taking the loss pretty hard, making sure to step away from social media to process this sudden rush of emotions and spend time with her mourning daughters. So let's see how well she's been handling herself and honoring the life of her late and great husband. Just taking it like a champ. Now you might...
Damn, she just said it just like that with nothing. No remorse, no... Oh, I should never said that. I should never took that back, or I'm shocked. She just said that. Just, oh, mine's is like, you don't care. Damn.
Might think after a while she would at least try to find these poor girls a new father figure or provide for her family. But no, instead she decides to wash her life away with alcohol, then selfishly get into relationships with prison inmates, notoriously being known as the infamous inmate hopper, constantly bragging about jiggling her melons on convicted felons, almost wearing it like it's a badge of honor that she neglects her daughters to flirt with deranged criminals.
Every other month, I would talk to another inmate just because I didn't find myself attracted to the one I was talking to, so I would find another one to run.
If we could put hoes...
Hold on. What? Hold on, fam. So we got a girl by the name of Ashley Trevino. She is 36. She says she was born in Centennial, Texas. Born and raised. And she lost her husband, her late husband, to an illness. And you have 2 kids. Her portfolio doesn't. Oh man, shit. I'm sorry, guys. I've never been like froze up like in a freaking icicle in a freezer. But this is one of the worst females I ever seen. And the thing about this, y'all blowing her up like literally, like y'all really watching. Y'all don't blow up the good ones, y'all be blowing up the bad ones. Like literally, y'all could see somebody helping an elderless lady out there, and y'all don't even give a damn about that. Y'all don't care about that one. Y'all care about The ones that are doing dumb shit to get fame. Like to get, I'm gonna be like, she's probably like, she telling like her story, like for example, like a girl was telling her story about. Matter of fact, let me just stop chatting off my mouth. Let's get back to this video.
Into a ranking system, this woman would be an eater echelon. I'm talking top 100 grandmaster baiters globally, because I couldn't imagine the shame or lack of self-dignity you'd have to possess to even explain this to one person, let alone broadcast it to the entire world on TikTok Live. You might be wondering what the stats are for how many inmates Ashley got involved with. Well, according to her very own frothy lips, she apparently has spoken to 30 different convicts. And to make matters worse, she actively celebrated this milestone with the lucky guy as he was on the prison phone.
You're my 30th inmate. Did I not tell you that? You really are. I swear, I've been with 30 inmates. Ruby! I swear. I'm not with no one, just with you, but I've already married two.
You what?
You're stupid. I mean, now I'm in a prison sister-wife relationship.
I'm sure after hearing that, the guy on the other end immediately projectile vomited across the visitation window. Also, no, Ashley, you're the pool noodle nippled Neanderthal here in this situation, because you read that caption right. She wasn't only being the Cook County hotline, she ended up f***ing around and marrying one of them that went by Isaiah, even going as far as doing little photo shoots where she poses in front of the courtyard, walking through the little cornfields like everything is just sunshine and daisies. A TikToker that goes by the name of Callie would break down the entire ordeal of how this shit was even physically possible, along with detailing the heinous crimes the guy she hitched to committed.
The first 4 pictures are Isaiah Gonzalez. He is husband number 2. He is currently incarcerated. He is in there for aggravated robbery, and arson. This is Israel Gress. This is her high school sweetheart. They were married for, I believe, 9 years, separated for 2. Their separation was in 2015. Their divorce was final in 2017. They had 2 kids together, Haley and Eviana. These girls were not babies when she got with Isaiah. So I'm not really sure why she tries to make it seem like Isaiah was all that they knew as their dad. Obviously, they still saw their dad, even as they were grown, as you can see here.
It doesn't take a genius to figure out love doesn't last for this woman, so practically as soon as she slipped the wedding ring on, they instantly filed for a divorce right after. I'm over here feeling like Doctor Strange looking through all the millions of possibilities to find a motive for why she is doing this, but I'm only left bamboozled. I mean, the go-to is obviously some desperation for male validation or attention, but I don't understand why you would want it from actual subhuman pieces of shit. You heard the clip. This Isaiah guy was arrested for aggravated robbery, and I'm assuming when she said M, she meant murder. I don't know why everyone on TikTok has to speak in moon runes, but it's disgusting she's letting these people into her environment. But surely she wouldn't be careless enough to bring these people around her daughters, right? Well, according to Ashley, the guzzling alcoholic that lies every time she verbally queefs out of her teeth, she says that her children never see the inmates that she gets involved with. They are merely figments of the girl's imagination. However, in the clip that I just played recently, you can clearly see everybody in the family posing with Isaiah like they're doing a holiday photo shoot.
My kids have never been around any of the inmates that I talked to.
Really, bitch? Really?
The only one that they were around and it was in a public area was Jesse when he came home. And that was only when we took him to go eat at Chili's. My kids don't talk to these people. My kids don't meet these people.
I mean, what can you even possibly say to that? No, really, Ashley, waddle your ass up to the front of the class and explain to us all how we are freezer IQ idiots that can't seem to understand the picture that's being displayed in front of us. Because, I don't know, from my 20 years of experience of having fucking eyeballs, it appears to me that an apparent killer is scooping your daughter up and doing it with...
Like, yo, you the that's the worst. Yo, like think of like that is crazy. That is crazy. We gotta boo this bitch, yo. We gotta boo that bitch, yo. I'm sorry, yo. This is so fucking traumatic, emotional fucking damage. Like I feel sad for the kids. Like the daughters. Like they're probably in middle school and high school. And they go to school every single day. Imagine they always walk up, they bump, like every student bump up to them and they say, "Oh, I see your mom is hot, yo, your mom is hot." She could date me. I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad boy. Oh, that's like, oh, like, she don't even think about their kids' mental health. Like, I don't even say that word too, but like, think about it. Like, I don't know. I hope it ain't no like this for clout, cause this is not good for your repertoire. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is the inmate that she hooked up with, and this is her kids. Shoot, man, my kids go before anybody. I don't give a. My kids go first.
A smile. And don't come in trying to claim AI. This picture is over 5 years old. Suri couldn't even sing the damn alphabet at that time. Alright, maybe not all that, but you guys get the idea. So Isaiah was just another cog in Ashley's rusted up vagine machine. But if you thought that was bad, Ash would make sure to prove that she can be infinitely worse. I'm telling you now, please give your hopes up. This woman has absolutely zero redeeming qualities about herself. She's actually just a piece of shit. Rooting for her is like the equivalent of betting on a dehydrated two-legged horse that's flopping on its side to win in a flat race. You almost want to put it out of its misery because you know it just ain't happening. And that's really how I feel about this woman's life choices, especially with the next inmate she tried mashing pizzas with being a guy called Jesse. He went to jail for apparently having gang ties and illegally possessing a firearm.
Oh
However,
my
what
gosh.
separates this little affair from the rest is the fact that Jesse was the first cuff in Ash's dating history to get uncuffed and released from prison. You heard that right. For the first time in many years, she doesn't have to slap a dildo onto the holding cell anymore because she can finally rest her arms into a real man. The two wasted no time linking up, with Ashley thoughtfully spending the family's rent money on a nice hotel room, even decorating the room with hearts and roses to throw him a welcoming celebration. The two were hitting it off pretty well, having many hoots and hernias over their newfound love, with Ash of course documenting the whole experience on her TikTok pretty much from the moment Jesse stepped foot out of jail. She was really letting it be known to the world that she found her soulmate, already calling Jesse her husband after just meeting him 30 seconds ago.
Oh, tell Jesse to tat your face on him. I don't need my face tatted on Jesse. I'm good. I don't need a tattoo to symbolize what I am to my husband, as long as I know where I stand with my husband. Me and my husband know what we have going on. He's using me. What is he using me for?
Well, ma'am, with all due disrespect, you're being used like a fleshlight because allegedly just after 10 days, Jesse would ultimately realize he's dating Fiona after dark and would decide to up himself on out of there.
Nah, don't even say all that. Don't even say all that, bro. Like, F you. Don't call me no more. Move on. You got other girls that added you on the tablet. Write one of them. Whatever. You're trash, bro. Like, you are so trash, and I hope you stay in prison.
Naturally, for somebody that's as dense as Ashley, she was riddled with shock finding out Jesse was playing her the whole time and decided to once again hop on a live stream to cry about it. Thumbing through her iPad like a drool-ridden toddler, showing us text messages the two had prior to their breakup that obviously hinted this man was using her to practice the ancient art of nutting and strutting. Jesse never truly loved or cared for this woman. He was just out here trying to hit and quit.
Never be able to forgive. And y'all can record this, make a video. I don't care. I won't be able to forgive this. Then on March 28th, he said, I'm not gonna put up with that BS. You wishing you're with someone else? Go ahead, dude. Be with him. That doesn't make me jealous. I can care less what you do. I wish a lot of things too, but I have faced the reality that I must play my hand that has been felt to me. It is what it is. But I'm not the type to guess people's moods or to tolerate any BS. I understand you did take me back, but dang, dude, I was trying to be your friend before anything. I apologize for any inconvenience. Then, May 29th, these are all out of whack. He was like, I just got here to Hughes. I'll call you once they house me, baby girl. I love you, mamas. On May 24th, he said, damn, babe, I miss your voice already. I hope this is just a one-day situation. I love hearing your smooth voice. Just know that I love you, Ashley, and I can't wait to see you in 7 days. Don't ever let him make y'all feel like he never cared for me or loved me, because his messages say otherwise.
You're a fucking idiot.
To any sensible person, it's painstakingly clear he's only speaking to this woman because it's probably the only woman in the last 10 years that's willing to speak to him, or that he's so bored that he legitimately has nothing left to do. Young Tunchi said it best: as soon as I start to come, I come to my senses. And I believe that's exactly what ended up happening here. This man was so desperate for some action after all the years he spent incarcerated, he would probably pipe anything that had a hole in it. So with Ashley being as stupid to all hell, she decided to be the one to randomly barge into this man's life, believing to be his saving grace, not realizing the fact that these dudes are only just settling with her because she forcefully made herself an easy option. After the two went their separate ways, with Ashley losing total control of the relationship, she would begin having her soul be filled with overwhelming amounts of rage and jealousy towards Jesse for leaving, that she would begin berating.
Like, I don't call people stupid or dumb, but they just human being like us, but they just do fucked up choices. And once they do fucked up choices, it comes with fucked up consequences and rewards. So that's it. You always got you just play wisely. Just play wisely. You play wisely, choose wisely. That's all I gotta say. Because it comes back something that you don't want to feel like that is gonna be an outcome.
Him online, trying to expose him and spreading all types of lies in a miserable last-ditch attempt to grab his attention.
To let everybody know who he really is, because at the end of the day, I'm tired of getting bashed. My family's getting bashed. My kids are getting bashed, all because he caused this. He caused this. So, I don't care, Jesse. Say what you gotta say, baby. Ain't nobody scared of you, because if you were gonna pull up, you would have already pulled up, baby. So don't even play with your little shelter living butt. Go get a real job, because you do them day jobs where you get paid by the day. You still haven't even found a real job.
Coming from the woman that got allegedly fired for flashing her watery pancake of a nipple to a 19-year-old, or the racial remarks she made towards Indians. I mean, pick your poison. It's one of the two, because Ashley herself would be the one to tell these two completely different stories of how she even lost her job in the first place.
He gave us an option to stay with the new owners or leave. And I chose to leave because they were Indians, and I'm not working under no Indians. I'm sorry, I'm just not.
I did have a 9 to 5. And was this happening anyway? It was still happening, yes. I've worked at my last job that I had. I worked there for 6.5 years. Up until December 23rd of this past December 2024, I got fired. Fired? Yes. For what? The trolls from TikTok literally sent my owner a video of me showing my nip. Yes, so they fired me.
Or maybe it's because you're a drunken slob that somehow still lacks a single ounce of accountability. I hate the way she just...
I mean, we all know this. We all know this, if you could tell, because it's TikTok. TikTok is like citizenship. It's like a citizenship app. Yeah, you could post. You could do a lot of things on TikTok. I'm telling you. You're gonna have fans that could ride for you, and there's gonna be fans that will just hate you. It will make you suffer. It's a lot of things. You could get backlash. You could get a lot of hate, and you could, on top of that, you could lose anything due to TikTok. I'm telling you. Be careful what you post, or be careful what you do, cause it's not a joke, yo. It's not. It's literally not a joke. Like, they could dox your your apartment, your IP, your address, and tell you they could come to your crib and say, oh, a cop could come to your door in 3 seconds, less than 24 hours, or say, oh, are you familiar of this trend right here? It could be a video of you saying, oh, I want to do things to. It's over. It's just like that.
Describes
you gotta
these
be
scenarios
careful.
like there's some everyday occurrence we all experience in life. Like it's some final stage of developmental growth where we wake up one day and finally throw the middle fingers at those Indians. Or start bouncing around your milk cannons on TikTok Live while thousands of people, including her own daughters, were watching in horror. I'll get back to all that in just a minute. For now, let's put the spotlight towards the feud that transpired between her and Jesse. Despite failing to win him over by brutally shit-talking him, she would finally succeed in gaining his attention by having him request to join one of her live streams to confront her about these insane accusations Ash was throwing towards him.
Hey,
I've been seeing everything that's been going on, know what I'm saying? Yeah, chill out, know what I'm saying?
Okay, Jesse, whatever. Go ahead and be with your little fans, okay? Go be with your little fans, Jesse.
Hey,
You want to talk all that smack about me to everybody, right?
what? What are you talking about?
I've been seeing stuff también, so I don't want to hear nothing from you.
What you been seeing?
You've been saying stuff about me.
Oh my God, to who? I don't even talk to nobody. What you talking about?
I'm not gonna say it on here, but there's videos.
Oh my God. What's up, though?
He said he put a bag over my head while doing it. No, he did not. Really? Really?
I didn't say that.
I'm shocked he didn't use a whole ass tent tarp. After this, Ash was left pretty emotionally distraught by the whole ordeal, and that's when another idea started to emerge. She would decide that the next proper course of action in order to keep him around was to fake the pregnancy and abortion of their baby. Now, I have to say that as my humble opinion and not a concrete fact, because Ash would strangely never provide any evidence towards her pregnancy, despite obsessively bringing it up every single chance she got to speak, along with being caught constantly drinking day after day during her so-called pregnancy.
I'm not gonna answer yes or no if I'm pregnant. That's not what I'm gonna do. You're gonna have to wait. Y'all are not anybody important to me. So for me to just sit here and say, no, I'm not pregnant. Yes, I'm pregnant. Y'all are not important to me.
I'm convinced
She got, oh no, don't tell me this is true. She got knocked up by an inmate.
she actually did have that baby, it would come out looking like a mini Flood Army soldier from Halo. Here's another clip of her doubling down on having the baby with the familiar TikToker Poncho who we saw expose D-Kane last video. He decided to fire up an interview with her to get to the bottom of these pregnancy rumors and finally put them to rest.
So, but they're saying that there's a fake pregnancy, or though? What's that about, though?
It was not fake. It was not fake. But like I said, I went to the hospital and that was that. I told Jesse that I wanted nothing to do with him. And, yeah.
So you drink?
You drink?
Right.
She's
You're gonna drink in a pregnancy, right, Panchito?
Fonzie, really, Fonzie? You're contradicting yourself, bro. I stopped drinking when I knew.
No, you
like, yes, I did. I didn't drink for freaking 3 or 4 weeks, Fonzie. And I didn't have my first drink until this past weekend.
I don't understand.
Like literally, like they catch you at 4K. Like literally, she said, "I never drink," but they caught you at 4K. It says pregnant and drinking at the same time. So basically, they really caught you in 4K.
How not some conveniently timed fairy tale you made up to get internet sympathy, then why are you bringing it up so much in the first place? I mean, her saying all this and not showing anything is like me taking an empty card up to a cash register and saying you can start scanning whenever you're ready. Like there's fucking nothing there. You dedicate your entire life to going live and oversharing secrets not even Batman would beat out of me. So what makes this so different? See, Ashley, the really cool thing about opening your mouth is that you can always shut it too. For one instance in your life, you could have not told some life-altering lie that forever destroys your reputation, but making yourself stupid is just some sweet savory addiction you can't get enough of. Becoming the world's most useless person is like some personal achievement for this woman. And to really make matters worse, a clip started surfacing of Ash slightly before the height of this drama, admitting that she just got off her period, making the chances of her giving birth be about slim to none.
Today my back has been killing the fuck out of me. Like I told Lisa, I said, girl, I feel like I'm about to start my period. Like I'm having real bad lower back cramps, like pains. And I just got off my period. And but I did say I was gonna stop drinking.
I find it poetic that the one moment she stayed silent was the moment that told me everything. Why the long face, Ash? This is no time to be feeling sad. You're bringing a new baby into the world, remember? That whole little 2-month stunt you could have easily ended by showing one stick of clear blue that you constantly dragged out? Well, to me, especially after watching this, it totally seems like a giant honky hunk of bullshit. I think it's time we move on from the Jesse saga and focus on the next inmate. Ash would end up moving on and starting a new connection with a guy named Eli. If you thought her previous partners were bad, each person I'm listing only gets progressively worse. Eli, in about the simplest way possible, really sucks. He's sitting behind bars for apparently punching his daughter in the leg so hard that it shattered her femur and broke other places throughout her body. You heard that right. This guy straight up unleashed some Mortal Kombat finisher on his own daughter. Now, I don't exactly...
Yo. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know everybody in life they dated somebody that they look like they innocent, like they look like I'm no homo for everybody. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say something, but I'm gonna say no homo and pause at the same time, and also no diddy. Females dating guys are above average, but they got a dark side of them that you don't want to know. A lot of guys be dating girls that have the same thing. They have average, but they have a dark side that we don't know about. But I just gotta, I'm gonna tell you like this: be cautious who you pick, because you never may know. And even though if when you have kids, one thing we'll know that they will spill a tea that that guy right there got arrested for going crazy on his own kid, and you decide to bring your kid around him. You worse than freaking the gorilla. No, actually, matter of fact, no. I'm about to say something crazy next. No.
Exactly know the reason.
Let's
or
get
could
back
even
into the
possibly
video.
give one to why he hit his kid with the 7-page muda, but from the video I'm about to play, it seems that this poor girl was very young because the mother mentions her being in a car seat when she arrived to the scene.
Her right leg was out the car seat, so he ended up punching her.
And y'all still supporting Eli?
Broke her head. She ended up being in a cast.
Now, I try to be a man of fairness and see both sides of the story, so let's hear what Eli has to say for himself over committing this ungodly atrocity.
Real easy. This wrist is broken. Both my legs were broken because we have a bone condition that makes our bones more susceptible to breakage.
Flint and steel, chick and jockey.
It all makes sense now. The problem was that you punching your daughter apart like the Punisher. It was simply just an error in human biology. Your fist bashing against the bones of a child was only a test to see if your daughter suffers from the same condition. Wow, I mean, what an outstanding display of true fatherhood and the sacrifices that must come with it. Real talk though, I think this guy might have a mental condition as well, because in what universe would that be a good defense to use for yourself? You basically just admitted that you punched her, and you can't even have the sliver of humanity to blame, not yourself, but the defenseless toddler that got into the way of your fist. So all the ladies out there watching, I'm sure after hearing about this man's backstory, you would be probably running to the courthouse to file a restraining order instead of a marriage license. But to actually hearing this only gave her a reason to fall stomach over cankles for him. Eli was her new soulmate, and she would waste no time defending the horrible crimes her precious king committed.
Nobody felt sorry for me whenever that happened to me. And if I sound like a, you know what, but it's just my point of view. I don't care to talk about something that's not relevant to me and my family. Like, it's not my business. It's not my, I don't know.
I think the word you were going for was bitch. And you are right, Ashley. You absolutely are one. How on earth would a baby-punching maniac that you're openly dating not be a top concern for your family? You really can't make up the stupidity of some people. Instead of logically fearing for your daughter's safety after hearing this man's history, you decide to just welcome him with open arms. Now, I'm well aware Ashley can't keep a relationship for longer than a week, but hypothetically, let's say somehow they ended up getting super serious with Eli moving in. Now her daughters have to face the reality of becoming their mom's boyfriend's next speed bag whenever his bottle of Tito's runs empty. She just has no thought or consideration for anybody but herself. And I feel like having that trait of being selfish is the last characteristic you want to have as a mother. The whole point of being one is to protect your kids, not throw them into potential danger. Of course, this little ship sank not too long after it started sailing, with the two parting ways merely weeks after making things official.
Say we go together real bad with the wedding ring.
Bro, jail talk is supposed to stay in jail.
But it's not in jail, it's on my phone.
You know there's some things it's okay to keep to yourself, right?
Well, I was just wanting to know what you meant about that, because you said we belong together, or we go together real bad.
After this relationship, Ash would move on to date the final and without a doubt the worst prisoner I'm covering in this video, being a man by the name of Francisco. Now, since we all grasp the fact that this woman is unfortunately a parent, it would absolutely horrify you to find out why Francisco is sitting behind bars, which is for the brutal assassination of two girls around the same age of Ash's daughters, with one of the victims being only 13 years old. You really can't make shit like this up. She took one look at her lineage and thought a guy that's equivalent to the butcher baker would be a great addition to to the family. Not only is this humanized yeast infection openly dating this monster, but she's also going out of her way to defend the unspeakable crimes he committed, pleading to the world that this man was completely innocent. And if you already thought the bar was set in the depths of hell, Ash would additionally mock Francisco's victims, laughing at the poor girls who lost their lives. All the while, her two daughters, who also serve as her unpaid PR team, were sitting in the stream watching in horror. Because if you guys weren't well aware by now, all of Ash's financial assets are thrown towards hotel parties with convicted baby beaters. So the only people she can hire to control her reckless behavior is her own children.
Guys, he's innocent, and I don't care what y'all say, what y'all think, he's innocent. And yeah, they were like, oh, he's not innocent, he's dumb, this and that.
See, I don't know, okay, it's like...
And they said, are those teardrops on your eyes?
Oh my gosh, I've lost friends in my past. What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, they said he's innocent, but he's in jail.
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's not past his bedtime.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, they said, honestly, rip to those who lost their lives.
She laughing.
That's
and
why
shit.
it's funny. Because y'all are sitting there making it seem like some man is guilty of that when he had nothing to do with that.
Well, Ashley, if that's the case, then let's have a nice laugh at the fingerprints that were found on the shell casings on the crime scene. Ready to let out the he's and slap your knees? The fingerprints found perfectly match up to the ones of Francisco. I'm sure you're roaring with laughter now, you sick, demented, bird-brained behemoth. I just don't get it. I always try to understand the motives behind the people I make videos on, whether they are good or bad. Well, they all been bad. But this woman is generally just the dumbest person I've ever come across, and that is almost triggering my fight or flight. To put male validation as your first priority over your own children, that you're willing to go to the point of dating somebody that unalived kids, is just next level delusion. Like, this hoe needs to be admitted to Arkham Asylum because there's just no other place for her to function in this society. I think, however, that's enough of covering the love affairs from Megamind's sidekick, and time we move on to a much more serious subject that I feel like I've only been brushing over so far, which is the inhumane conditions and horrible treatment Ash's daughters are forced to live under. If Ash is blowing all the money in the world on random men she's been sleeping with for a couple of weeks, then surely Ash's kids are sleeping comfortably as well, right? Yeah, that couldn't be further from the truth. During one of her 24-hour daily live streams, she decided to give a mini tour around her house, including showing off her daughter's room. Now, I'll let you guys be the judge, but to me it looks like Ash's kids are living in a fucking bomb shelter. That shit somehow looks like they tried modeling it after Francisco's prison cell. She doesn't even have the decency to buy them a damn bed. They're still on an overblown air mattress while she's perfectly sleeping in some hotel suite. It's ridiculous, and when she was confronted on a podcast about this, she would just laugh in her daughter's faces, seeing their living conditions as just a giant joke.
Question. Do you have beds?
Well, I don't live with my mom.
But at your mom's house?
No.
No.
I'm going to Zell you. I'm going to give you money for, I want a bed, 2 mattresses, 2 of them. I want a headboard and 2 nightstands. I'm going to order that before you leave this house today. And I'm going to insert the clip of the receipt.
There's a story behind that, okay?
Please tell me why your children don't have beds. Yes.
Because my mom was actually going to go look at a furniture store. Because I don't go anywhere publicly.
Oh shit! Damn, we all seen it come. We all seen it. Oh gosh, we had to seen it coming. Damn, yeah, you gotta be a good role model for you. Oh my gosh, man, look at them. They look like an angel, but they don't deserve to be treated in this lifestyle yet. But look at this, yo. It's gonna come eventually. I'll pray for the sake. If I was rich and famous, I want to do an interview with one of the daughters, yo. Like one of them, like literally gotta say, I really want to help them out. Like literally, like we all wanna contribute and look after for the safety, because this is not healthy. This right here is not healthy. Like they smiling, like God, oh my gosh. the shout out to the interviewer, the girl who will say I will buy them 2 beds for them. Damn, that means she is goes down as the #1 worst parent of all times. Like, think about it. You going viral for dating inmates? Oh my gosh.
At all. Because you're just that
This is so sad.
Literally, if I go out, I'm gonna get noticed. Yeah, no. And if I don't have my security guard, I'm not. She never did that. So, and then I mean, they're like
She's smiling. She knows she got no damn security guard. She is a security guard. Yo, look at her face. Look at the daughter's face. She knows she's. Yo, that smile says it all. This is crazy.
I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. Y'all are gonna have 2 mattresses. You're gonna have a whole 9. Okay, we're gonna do a room makeover. I'm being for real.
Well, that's very honorable, Camilla. Donating the money you made from playing with your pisser to the youth in need is something our forefathers could only dream of. What a beautiful world we're living in, where an adult film semen demon is out here saving children's lives. If you thought them even being here was weird on its own, here's what Ashley had to say about her daughters possibly being new recruits to the Bop House, which FYI is a content home that a bunch of OnlyFans models create booby movies at, basically implying that she wants her daughters, one of which is only 13, to start making adult content.
Y'all just come live with us.
Yes, do you?
No.
Only have 2 new members.
What the fuck?
This bitch needs to get out of the house of the bops and head straight to the cops after saying something this outlandish. How little could you possibly care or think about your own kids to offer them a job in the adult industry? Just so what? They could be out of your hair so you can get drunk and cry about the 50th inmate that treated you like a flesh wallet in peace? Your priorities in life are so self-centered and childish that you forced your kids to stay home just so you could go to Disneyland by yourself to live out your inner youth.
Oh girl, you guys, it's honestly so cute to see this because she's never been here. Look at her. She saw the castle. She is going for it.
I didn't take them to Disney. I've said this before. If you were not on that live, I'm sorry you weren't there. But I did not take them to Disney because my kids do not fly.
What? My kids do not fly. I'd rather, what? Go to Disneyland and you went there and your kids did not go because they had school? I want to take them out and say, yo, we're going to Disneyland. Fuck that.
And they had school. My kids had just started school like a couple weeks before, and I couldn't take them, or else I would have, to be honest. And I really wanted to take them. I felt so bad, but I FaceTimed them the whole time I was there.
Wow, it's pretty sad to say this is the most thoughtful thing I think I ever seen Ashley done. Calling her daughters every second she can to let them know of all the fun they're not having while being trapped back at home is something I'm sure they really appreciated. I would just go to CPS myself at this point. The constant neglect, danger, and ongoing drinking abuse wouldn't have mattered. That right there with her at Disneyland would have been my final straw. After Ash returned from flying solo, she would do everything in her God-given right to make her daughters' lives more miserable by dating a young TikToker that her kids had crushes on. For context, this guy goes by the name of Santos and was allegedly only 19 during the time he was meeting with Ash, who was about pushing 40. Now, it's pretty obvious she was only getting with Santos not because she was profoundly in love with him. It was more over the fact of making her kids jealous by only talking to him out of spite after hearing how the girls felt about him.
Ash Trevino has 2 teenage daughters, and one of her daughters literally told her mom that she has a crush on Santos. And when she heard that, she then decided to go for him. Bro, who does that to their teenage daughter?
Santos will see everything tonight. Or when I'm in Cali.
I'm gonna make all your dreams come true.
I guess with the new emotions of dating a man that's not incarcerated, Ash would enter a state of what I can only call excited delirium. Because during one of the many TikTok lives she hosted with Santos, she would decide to take things to the next level by ripping her milk cannons out from under her shirt, then proceeding to swing her chesticles around in a circle, almost resembling the famous twirl Muscle Man does every time he says a mom joke. Now, if I were to even show a pixel of the great Ash Flash brandishing her breasts in front of the camera, YouTube would probably hire assassins to show up at my house. So thankfully for you guys, I can spare you the trauma of having to see what I saw out there. If you want me to paint a picture, it practically looked identical to that one time Peter Griffin tried bull riding at a Western bar. It's pretty safe to say, however, that Ash Flash failed in her attempt to pull Santos because the two would split shortly after this incident took place.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just going through it.
Why, what's up?
I mean, you're doing your own thing. Like, why do you tell me and then you just, like, I see you on live and you're doing your own thing? Like, that's what pisses me off.
But, like, I have my own life, too. Like,
Exactly. But if you knew, like, you were going to make plans with me.
I have a busy schedule. I literally, I don't even squeeze you in. I make time for you. I even add, like, I already set a reservation up for us.
Of course, Santos wasn't the only one disgusted by Ash's actions, because her kids, who are also stream moderators, would also have the misfortune of seeing their mother's boobs. The video itself would become a viral sensation, so it was only a matter of time until her employers came across it, resulting in her being immediately fired, as well as the grandma discovering the viral clip, leading her to cut any tie she had with Ash and completely removing her out of her life.
What ruined it was whenever I flashed my nipple, you know? And it's like, my dad forgave me. My dad's my best friend, but it's like my mom, she's like embarrassed. And so like when people are like, oh, is that your daughter? She's like, no, that's not my daughter.
Yeah, I think your mom had a pretty good reason to never speak to you again. However, your dad now is my main concern. What do you mean he just instantly forgave you? Like he's supposed to give you a pat on the back and a fist bump for showing your honkers. That's my girl. Next time I'll make sure to send a galaxy so you know I saw them. I mean, this has to be the first family tree that goes straight up. If you want another example of why this woman is the equivalent of morning breath, here's a clip of her flexing all the CPS cases she had stacked against her for being a horrible mother.
Kids have never been taken away from me. My kids have always been with me, and a lot of y'all spread rumors and say that CPS took my kids from me. Baby, CPS has never taken my kids. Yes, I've had like 20 CPS cases. They dismissed them all. Because you know why? My kids are in good hands. My kids are taken care of.
I mean, she talks about her CPS cases like Rick Ross talks about his cars. There's just no shame or embarrassment of even having them called to your house in the first place, let alone them being there over 20 times. Like, they're not harassing you, camping outside in your front lawn waiting to steal your children. There's obviously has to be a good reason of why they keep showing up, whether you're willing to admit it or not. And if you thought that was bad, there would also be a clip surfacing around online of one of her daughters deciding to run away. And Ash's response to all of this was to laugh in her face and basically imply that she couldn't give one clit of a shit.
You ran away? When? Last night? Where was I? In here? What time did you run away?
Oh shit. Here we go.
There's not one single ounce of care coursing throughout her sweaty body right now. After all, the notification she got from DoorDash grabbed more of her attention than her daughter's story. I swear, everything is just buttons and bows for this woman. She sees the world the same way Richard Watterson did when he was off anesthetics. There's just absolutely no sense of urgency she has towards this situation. Like it's something they're gonna get together and laugh about over dinner. Whether she's aware of it or not, her dedication to the craft of being a crust-ridden, unwashed dick shaft is truly impeccable.
Why'd you run away? Oh, because TikTok hate. What?
TikTok hate. Oh,
why did
damn.
you do that?
You could have been there, bro. Look.
Who's that?
Me. Well, it's you actually.
When did you do that?
This morning when I woke up.
You really made yourself into me?
Yeah, copy Jose Babe.
Why did you copy Jose Babe?
Because I just looked at his
Thank you,
videos, I
Chelsea.
want to see her makeup, and that's why I came in here.
Yes.
And I grabbed these two.
Oh no.
There's a different snowflake on each now.
Like literally, she just told you that she ran away from home because all that TikTok hate. You could have just put the freaking phone down, just turned it off or something like that, instead of looking at your freaking stinking ass nails. Could have attend to your daughter's aid and just say, you know what, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I'm not the mother that you have to see. I want that you want me to be. I'm gonna make it up to this. Like I'm gonna put everything to the side, and you know what? I want to be a good ass mother. No more TikTok. Shut down that TikTok, and just be a regular good ass mother. That's what everybody wants to do. But right now, they want to do things just to get clout, just to get famous, get a little bit of money. And once they got that money, they will go back to doing normal. Say, you know what? But still, they're gonna remember that shit forever.
That's your bitch ass.
Well guys, my daughter's back home now, so I had to make sure my nails were slaying. Even though we only peeled back the surface, it's really a sad reality of what Ash's kids are living in on a day-to-day basis. You have to keep in mind I maybe showed a good baker's dozen worth of different clips that go down on a daily routine. You could literally operate a 24/7 news station just about this woman's fuck-ups. With that being said though, I think that's gonna wrap the video up here. It seems like male validation and Miller Lights is the only thing this woman cares about. If you are one of these people that donate money to Ashley and possibly think to fund this disaster, you should really feel disgusted and have some shame for
Facts.
yourself too. We're in
the Simps, the TikTok Simps, yo. Yeah, she hot, yo. She hot. Let me send her some TikTok cash, you know what I'm saying? Bop, 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 bop. I hope she gets my recognition, all that. I'm an inmate. Oh, I go to jail for you know, for SA and that. You know what I'm saying? I like this, I do that, you know. Man, y'all are some weirdos, yo. I hope everybody learned from this. Don't be like this girl, yo. If you have kids, if you have kids, just always think about your kids 24/7. Their mental health and all that. Just think about it, alright? Just really do. I'm done with this, man. It's annoying.